Well, hey guys, welcome to another episode of Talking Through the Media. Your home for reactions and reviews by fans for fans. I am your host, Chris Fagan, and we are back on a Friday. And we are not doing After Dark. This is another regular show. We're not going to get too scary. Unless you guys want to. But hey, joining me tonight on a Friday for the first time on the channel, we are excited to have him here tonight. Loretto, what's going on, brother? How are you doing? Let me get your camera going on there. What's going on, man?
Hey, how's it going? Good evening. Pleasure to be here, man. Thanks for having me. And I'm always excited to talk shop, and we got some fun stuff to talk about. So I'm happy to dig in with you.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Hey, well, real quick, let's let people know. I was looking at myself and I forgot to look there. So let people know where they can normally find you and what you're all about, what you do, where you're from, and all that good stuff before we get right into it. Let's talk some shop.
Cool. Yeah, man. I'm a proud cinephile from Northern California, San Jose, actually, which is about 50 miles south of San Francisco for people that know where that is. You can follow me on Twitter or Letterboxd at Marcellus Durden. I'm a proud member of the Cinema Spot team. I help edit, write, and report out news for them. I do film reviews for them as well, and they send me to various events here and there and premieres, press screenings, and all that. So I write for them. Check us out on all socials at the Cinema Spot and thecinemaspot.com. And I'm also a co-host of the Geekly Goods Roundup with my good friend Leo. You can check us out on YouTube at Geekly Goods Live.
Outstanding, man. Yeah, guys, if you aren't checking out all that stuff, what the hell is wrong with you, man? These guys, they like I always say, we know a lot about a little and a little about a lot of things, but what you're gonna get is you're gonna get a good time. You're gonna get some good information, and you're gonna get geeky, which is what it's all about. I love it, man. I love talking about movies and these kind of topics and stuff. So I'm glad to have you on board here to help me out with this episode. But before we have to return back to the real world. This is the sanctuary right now. We're here in the sanctuary. But after this live stream ends, then we got to go back to reality. But anyway, guys, we got some fun things we got to talk about. And Derpy Entertainment's already beating me. I already see him in the live chat. Getting ahead of us before we get into the main topic. But we got some topics we're going to run down, as always, as we do here on Talking Through the Medias. And we're going to get right into it. Man, I hope I didn't mess myself up and forget to, get my topic. I said I was going to get my phone for this, didn't I? All right. Let me get into the first headline of the day. Starting off from Deadline. Let me get all this stuff situated before I totally mess up. You know what? I did mess up, but it's okay. I'm gonna read it off and I'm gonna fix it later. So starting off from Deadline, Nisha Garnatra, if I'm saying that correctly, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, is in talks to direct the upcoming Freaky Friday 2 with Lindsay Lohan. And is Curtis negotiating his star in the film. The original movie was a box office success, and the sequel will explore new themes and relationships within the modern context. Loretta, what do you think about this news? Do you remember that movie? Did you watch Freaky Friday? Were you a fan? And what do you think about this news with Curtis and Lohan returning to Freaky Friday 2?
Absolutely. I loved Freaky Friday. It's a fun flick before Lindsay Lohan kind of had her personal troubles and the world, or at least the film Twitter world, turned on Jamie Lee Curtis recently. But it's a fun picture. It's well acted. Like, Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan really embodied each other when they did the body swap. And I mean, that's what really drives a body swap comedy. There's been several across cinematic time, but they did their parts very well, especially Jamie Lee Curtis kind of acting like the teenager, and then Lindsay Lohan went into like mom mode. So that was a fun little thing. And I also liked how one of the side plots was Lindsay Lohan was in a band and they're trying to play like this battle of the bands thing. And as someone that was in a band myself, that spoke to me. The song they play at the end, their hit song or whatever, it's pretty cool. It's pretty catchy. But yeah, I remember it fondly. I'm not sure if we need a sequel, but the nostalgia train that Hollywood's on is not stopping anytime soon, whether it's Top Gun Maverick or whatever sequel or reboot they want to pump at us, the Roadhouse picture that unless you're from the '80s, nobody really remembers unless you watch Family Guy or. So, it's like the nostalgia train. It's gonna keep chugging,
Yeah.
and we'll see. We'll see. I love the first film though, for sure.
And you know what? You heard it here first. He brought up Top Gun Maverick, which means Freaky Friday 2. He's calling it $1 billion sequel. Is that what your prediction is right now?
I mean, let's not get ahead of ourselves, but I think there's a fan base here.
Yeah.
And I think especially when Lindsay Lohan was like at her peak, like when she was doing Mean Girls, and she was on top of the world, man. So this could be a big move for them. We'll see. And I think whether or not the world has completely turned on Jamie Lee Curtis, she does have an Oscar in her bag.
All right.
And we'll see.
Yeah. What is it? The struggling brand new actress Curtis there, Jamie Lee Curtis, the struggling. No, who's ever heard of this Oscar winner, right? No, I think that if I remember correctly, they were in talks with this. This has been in talks for a while now. The support with Lindsay Lohan's for her journey back, her comeback, and everything like that. And when Jamie Lee Curtis won the Oscar for the supporting role in Everything Everywhere All at Once, I knew that this was a done deal. He's like, I hope that ink dried on the amount of money that they negotiated before she won that Oscar, because for a fact that if this would have been the day after the Oscars, no, that dump truck of money, boop, boop, boop. No,
Exactly.
you're gonna have to pay. You're like, if you want to see the boss, you got to pay the boss. And I'm just happy to see Jamie Lee Curtis on this wave, this trajectory upward. I'm glad that she's out there still crushing it. She's been doing this for years. I'm supportive, and I'm happy that Lindsay herself, after all the drama, like you brought up, the drama that she's been through, and it seems like she's on her way back. A lot of child actors and actresses, they will, the story doesn't, like, the stories are usually dramatic, and they sometimes don't have a happy ending. Sometimes they have a sad overall arc. But I'm happy to see some artists able to fight their way back and make it through it and crush it. Hopefully this will be the new beginning for Lindsay Lohan. And because I'm just glad that Lindsay's out there doing her part, helping out that struggling artist, Jamie Lee Curtis, struggling.
And honestly, I'm rooting for her. I liked her when she was, like I said, when she was on top of the world. And there's people like Robert Downey Jr. is a perfect example.
Yes.
Or Corey Feldman from the '80s, from the Goonies. They had a troubled past, but they fight through it and they get back and they live their lives. And hopefully, like you said, I'm rooting for Lindsay here. I hope she gets things together and gets her career back on track.
Exactly. I said, and other examples, like, I forgot the gentleman's name, but it was one of the actors from the Cosby Show. He played one of the people that married into the family, and he was out at, I forgot what store it was. He was just a cashier. He's in California, just paper bagging things and helping people out. They had a regular day job, and somebody recognized them. Like, what are you doing out here? Like, hey, it's not always the glamour life for some of these actors, and I got to pay my bills. I needed a day job, a 9 to 5. And when word spread that he was just out there, working, this person's never had that scandal that I know of. And then a producer, I think it was Tyler Perry, just got wind of it, instantly gave him a job. I mean, just from somebody recognizing him and remembering him from the Cosby Show, and seeing what he was doing, producer just said, you know what, nope, giving you a job. And now he's back. And
that's awesome.
I like stories like that. So I'm looking forward to seeing what this is going to be. I remember Freaky Friday, and I remember having a good time with it. I don't remember the details of it. I think I remember mostly that when they first switched, it reminded me of Vice Versa with Judge Reinhold, I think, and from the Wonder Years, Fred Savage. I don't know if you saw that. I think that was an '80s movie. or this is it's kind of like these swap
Yeah, I was gonna say
movies.
that there's been a couple different body swaps. One, I
Yeah.
think the one I remember the most is the one with Ryan Reynolds. Was it like the
Oh
Switch or something
yeah.
like that?
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds and Jason Bateman. That was a good one.
I remember. Yeah, I
They were
remember that one.
cuties, so.
Oh
Yeah, that
yeah.
was a good one.
The first one I ever saw, I think, was Judge Reinhold and Fred Savage, called Vice Versa, and they touched
Okay, I
this
gotta check
magic
that out.
orb, swap bodies, and
Yeah, I love Judge Reinhold. That sounds like a fun time.
you got to check it out. Yeah, if you haven't seen Vice Versa, go check it out. It's a good time. All right, guys. Yeah, let us know what you guys think about the upcoming Freaky Friday 2 being directed by Nisha Garnatra. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. Like I said, we didn't have. I'm not going to go through the whole article. Like I said, this is the TLDR version of the headlines. So with that all out the way, let's get into the next topic of the night. I got to hear from the Hollywood Reporter. Too long didn't read. The Universal Picture. It said the Universal Picture is set to. I'm sorry, Universal. The Wolfman has been postponed to 2025. It was set to come out this year, but it's been postponed to 2025. All right, the Universal Picture is set to release the new film called The Wolfman with Ryan Gosling in the lead role. Is that still true? Is Ryan Gosling still set for that, or didn't they replace him?
Yeah, they actually he stepped out and they replaced him. For the life of me, that name's leaving my brain. Let me double check my facts here.
I
But yeah,
think I think Ryan Gosling was you're right. Ryan Gosling was set in it, and then he got replaced. I think the name it's this gentleman right here that's on screen. I forgot his name, and the article that picked it up must.
Christopher Abbott.
Christopher Abbott, thank you. Starring Christopher Abbott in the lead role, while also announcing a new horror called The Woman in the Yard. For some reason, the studio is reviving its classic monster franchise with a modern twist, aiming to create a connected universe for these iconic characters. Director and screenwriter Macon Blair is set to helm both projects, bringing a fresh perspective in the horror genre. Loretto, what are you more bummed about? The fact that we're not getting Ryan Gosling, or the fact that we're not getting this in 2024? What's the worst news for you?
Well, to be honest, as someone that loved Lee Whannell's Invisible Man, I kind of liked the direction Universal went when Dark Universe didn't work out.
Yeah.
I'm more bummed about the delay.
Yeah.
Nothing against Ryan Gosling. He is Knuff. He
Yeah.
is great.
Damn it! I should have worn my
Christopher
Knuff sweater.
Christopher Abbott, he's no slouch either. He's great. He's in It Comes at Night.
Yes.
Possessor, which is a fantastic horror film, and I love Poor Things. I know some people don't like Poor Things. Christopher Abbott had a small role in that as well, and I think he's a fine actor. I think he'll be great. And nothing against Ryan Gosling's like celebrity status, but I think sometimes when you step away from a big name and let someone unknown kind of carry a picture, especially if they're good, sometimes that works out, and sometimes that lets the story in the movie speak for itself versus, oh, I need to watch the new Brad Pitt movie or
You're
the next Tom Cruise movie. You know what I mean? So sometimes it's kind of cool to get a lesser known actor in the role. So I'm more bummed about the delay. And I think if Ryan Gosling stepped down for whatever reason, I think it was for a good reason. And like I said, I like Christopher Abbott. So
Yeah, I agreed. More, because Ryan Gosling, especially after Barbie, he is on, and with his upcoming movie, was it The Fall Guy? His career is on a new path. He's not going to be struggling for work or anything, but. But
he
after
entered a new tier, and he was already A tier.
Oh yeah, he was already A tier. Now he's heading to A plus tier, and it's funny you brought up Poor Things, because you just I just saw Poor Things for the first time like last week, and you're right. This just like Poor Things, he had a great performance. That it was small, had a great performance in that, and this might just be a better fit for him versus Ryan Gosling. Right, like you said, Gosling isn't going to be hurting. He's going to be in mega movies and franchises for years to come. But this might be the start of a new path and a great career for this gentleman here. And I am more for some weird reason. As much as I love Ryan Gosling, I'm more excited about this movie more now, because I feel like I don't. Maybe it's the beard. Maybe I'm just supporting another brother with a beard, because he looks. This looks like a Wolfman right here. This just, I don't know, something about the look makes me feel like, oh yeah, this movie's gonna be dope. I can't wait to check it out. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I'm excited about it. But guys,
I was gonna say, did you enjoy The Invisible Man? Because it's supposed to be in that same vein. Like,
oh
that's
yeah,
kind of
they
what this
crushed
film is
that.
supposed to. Yeah, that's what this film's supposed to kind of like reflect, like that modern take on the classic monster.
Right. Yeah. I don't. I think it's a period piece, isn't it? Isn't it going to be still set? Is it going to be set in modern time, or is it going to be a period piece? I don't know the details.
I think it's going to be set in present time.
Okay.
Because they did that and it kind of flopped. I actually liked it, but
oh yeah, I'm thinking. Yes, you're right. I'm thinking about the other wolf.
Girl,
yeah.
Emily Blunt. I actually liked that movie, but it flopped. Not a lot of people checked it out. It came out in about 2010, I believe. Yeah,
you're right. Or somewhere around that time. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. Yeah, most definitely. Okay, well, guys, let us know what you guys think. Moving on from a variety. There's some news coming in about Scream. Like I said, this isn't Talking to the Media's After Dark, but we got to sprinkle some horror news as it comes in. Courteney Cox in talks to join Scream 7 following Neve Campbell's franchise return. Like I said, this is coming in from Variety. Too long didn't read. Courteney Cox is excited to reprise her role as Gail Weathers in Scream 7, which is set to start filming soon. She reveals that she will also be stepping behind the camera to direct an episode of an upcoming season of 9/11, the 9/11 Lone Star. Cox reflects on her long career in Hollywood and how she has evolved as an actress. She is grateful for the opportunities she has had and is looking forward to Cox's career overall. The fact that she's returning to the franchise. What do you think about everything that's been going on? I don't think we've ever talked about this with Scream. It's fine.
Okay. So, look, unless they pull like a Halloween 2018 and ignore the previous two sequels, I don't really understand what they're doing here. She died.
Well, no, she didn't. No, they confirmed in the movie that she survived that attack.
Oh shit! Oh no, you're right. At the end, right?
Yeah, the very end.
Okay.
What movie did you watch?
In my mind, I thought she was dead. Okay. So all right, that's fine. But look, going back to the initial drama, here's my thing. I personally, I thought what Melissa Barrera did was brave, and I didn't think it was fair what Spyglass did to her,
right.
Like removing her from the film. With that being said, I have a lot of love for the original trilogy, for Wes Craven, for Kevin Williamson, Neve, David Arquette, all of them. I grew up with those films, so don't hear what I'm not saying. I'm happy for Neve, I'm happy for Courteney, but to be fair, what the studio did with Melissa Barrera leaves a bad taste in my mouth, and I'm sure it'll be a fine film. Kevin Williamson is actually stepping into the directing chair.
Mm-hmm.
He wrote the first two films, and I'm excited for that. I think he's the best fit. That's not Wes Craven. Rest in peace, Wes Craven.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna tentatively wait for like a trailer and more updates on the film, but I don't like what happened with Melissa Barrera, and to be honest, I kind of feel like they should have kind of let the franchise rest. And that's just my opinion. They're chasing dollars. They're trying to cash in on the franchise right now, but it's disingenuous, and it feels, especially to Melissa Barrera, it's just so disrespectful to like, oh, shoo away. We're gonna keep making money doing our own movie without you, and it just doesn't feel right.
Yeah, I agree. I felt the same way in the beginning of all the drama with the news that Melissa and then Jenna were coming back. At first we were thinking, okay, how are you going to have a Scream movie without Neve Campbell? Then they proved that they can make one and make it successful. And I thought it was going to start shifting towards Jenna anyway. But then when I saw Scream 6, I was like, okay, no, they did a much better job. I believe in Melissa. And then the drama hit, and she was let go. I was like, good luck getting Neve Campbell back now, because she made it clear before Scream 6 that she is going to be paid what she knows she is worth. And after Jenna left, then I was like, well, that should free up the money. and we should definitely now you have no excuse not to pay Neve Campbell what she's asking for. we've seen that a Scream movie with Courtney Cox and Neve Campbell can be a hit or a hit or whatever is considered a hit for this type of a film. We've seen that happen before without the new cast. We've seen it with the original cast, so I'm not worried about that. I just want something that we've never had before. I said on this channel before, let Ghostface win. I said let Ghostface win. I say don't even reveal who is Ghostface. Let it be a mystery all the way to the end, and then let it push to the next movie where they hopefully get Melissa back. That's what I want. That's what I'm probably doing myself a disservice because I'm playing that movie in my head every day where Ghostface wins in the end. Not necessarily kills Neve Campbell or kills Courtney Cox, but I wouldn't be mad at that either. But just does not get caught at the end. And because that's one thing there's been a lot of they try to do a first with every installment. We've never had a Ghostface not be found out. I say go for that. That's what I'm looking for. Do you think? Am I crazy? Is that wishful thinking? What am I? Is that crazy?
I'm at her in the apartment in the alley.
You were hoping for a Statue of Liberty standoff?
It looked like a media set, but I didn't think they did enough, and I thought the liquor store scene was cool, but again, it looked like they could have filmed that on a soundstage. You could have told me that was Chicago. I wouldn't have known if it was New York or not.
Right.
But with that being said, with a horror franchise, with a slasher, it's really hard to stand out and unique. And I don't know what Kevin Williamson has in store for us, but as the original screenwriter, I would love to see him take some risks. And I like where your thinking is. Like, sure, maybe let Ghostface win. And God forbid, I wouldn't want them to kill Neve or Gail, Courtney Cox, sorry. But, like, hey, if it happens, great. Surprise us. Keep us on the edge of our seats. Because at this point, there's nothing they haven't done already that hasn't been completely original. So we'll see.
Gail has had it coming for years. Justice for Gail's original cameraman. Gail has had it coming for years. I've been waiting for her to be taken down.
Even while he's bleeding on her windshield, she's still talking shit to him.
Man,
like he's a worthless person.
Oh,
like, get off my van, you fat fuck.
Oh man, I still think about it daily. When I say hurry up, I mean move your fat ton of lard ass now. Oh man, I was so ready for Gail to be taken out after that. But she's a survivor. But hey,
yeah, she is.
Let us know what you guys think. What are you guys looking forward to? Are you happy to have Neve and Courtney back? Are you looking forward to hopefully getting Melissa back? I honestly don't think she would even come back even if they begged. I don't think she would. And hey, let's see. Let's see what happens moving forward. Moving on real fast to the main topic of the day. We got. Let's see. Oh, real quick before I mention this, there's some real quick news that I wanted to throw in there. From Sky News reports that Christopher Nolan. Did you hear about this? Christopher Nolan, the famed director. You remember Christopher Nolan? Real fast. What do you think about this? This quick news.
I think it's fantastic. He's honestly in my top 3. I think it's like Spielberg, Nolan, he's right there, and he's one of the greatest directors of our generation.
Yeah.
I loved Oppenheimer. It was my favorite film last year. I hate to be boring about it, but
that small independent film called Oppenheimer. Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, like, I hate to be boring and say, oh, it was the best picture, but to me it really was.
It really was.
A spectacle. It was a cinematic achievement from the score to the cast to the everything. It was just a great film, and he deserves it.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of great Sirs. Sir Patrick Stewart, Sir
yeah.
McKellen, Sir Sean Connery, and now we got Sir Christopher Nolan. I think it's appropriate. So.
I mean, if everybody's not calling him Sir Nolan on set from now on, immediately to jail, immediately fired, immediately canceled.
Yeah, what's funny is for every person that calls him Sir going forward, they get a chair.
Exactly. Exactly. But I just wanted to throw that news out there real fast. That was just something cool that I saw. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. All right, Christopher Nolan. All right. First the Oscar, then knighted. I mean, come on. Everything's coming up Nolan in 2024, baby. All right.
Well deserved.
Real quick, the the main topic. Oh, I think I got ahead of myself, but on that one, the main topic of tonight, before we get into the reactions of it, Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon shows like such as Bluey, the Rugrats, shows like that have been removed from the streaming platform Disney Plus. Other shows like Dora the Explorer and others will be removed from Disney from Paramount Plus, and find a new home on other streaming platforms due to Viacom CBS's Rotten Tomatoes partnership. Fans of these popular children's shows have anything seemingly to do with the documentary Quiet on Set. It's about Viacom, CBS, and a deal and things like that. So which happens. But what do you think about this news? That when I showed it to you, or when you saw it online, did you assume that this had anything to do with what's been going on with that documentary?
So, I mean, like, what are we talking about here? Are we talking about like films that get shelved and never get seen again? Because I thought that's what was happening to some of these shows. That's what I was
and and to be honest, that's what I'm not gonna lie. I thought the same thing too. And from what I can tell, it's like streaming deals. Whenever I hear something like because of Viacom, I pull it up real fast if we want to break down the whole article, but. From what it says here in the short version of it, it says, let's see, due to Viacom CBS's Rotten Tomatoes partnership. I'm assuming a deal fell through. Let me see if I can find it real fast, and I can try to pull up the details, but.
I'm actually. What's funny? I didn't take the time to read it earlier. I'm kind of perusing through it really quickly. Yeah. So I guess it doesn't spell the end of these shows, but it's definitely uncertain.
Yeah.
And
so
again,
for a little while, they're gonna have to be on other platforms. But they're just not gonna be able to stream on Paramount Plus due to whatever this. I guess some kind of deal fell through or whatever. The rights. Deal. Let's see. Paramount Plus, Nickelodeon. Let's see if Nickelodeon will remain a linear channel that can be watched on cable and TV show, while Paramount Plus will be streaming service that offers. No, I'm not seeing 100% what happened. I think was it from. Let's see. Let me see if I can focus. More series pulled from the streamer include Are You Afraid of the Dark? Big Nate. Some previous removed content has found new homes on other streaming platforms. A new studio focus is what I'm seeing here. Nickelodeon shows like that's pretty much what it said. The streaming landscape has had its fair share of ups and downs in the last year. A recurring trend in the industry has been removing content from streaming platforms like Paramount Plus, has become the latest to enact this as a surprising move. The streamer is removing a handful of popular Nickelodeon titles. Let's see. Paramount is shifting focus. While Nick has been one of the crown jewels of Paramount for the last 4 decades, that hasn't been reflected in how they've been handling their most beloved properties on their streamer over the last year. Shows like iCarly revivals were canceled, while films like Zoe 101 weren't marketed as widely as they could have been. Recently, the company has stated that they were going to shift focus to content with mass global appeal. It appears Nick is the face of that brand's new approach, but many other shows not related to the kid-centric network have left the platform's exclusivity label behind, with School Spirit starring Peyton List, which can flicks. So it's just all it says in this whole article from Collider is just a focus shift. That's the details.
I think that's interesting, but it also seems like a mistake, especially with how, in my opinion, I think the children's media landscape could use more Nickelodeon, not less. And I mean, maybe they're just not hitting the numbers, but I mean, it doesn't seem like a smart business strategy in my opinion. Who am I? It's been on since 2021.
Oh yeah.
So I haven't really checked it out or anything, but
Me
my
neither.
concern when I saw this article was like, okay, so is this gonna get shelved and never seen again? Like no physical media, no other streaming. I thought these shows were gonna get deleted from Time. That's what
Yeah.
I was worried about.
That's what I was worried about
So
too. Yeah, most
yeah.
definitely. And
So hopefully that doesn't happen.
so I I'm wondering if so. Noel says yeah, it's gonna find new homes. Maybe if the deal or if they decide to focus back or put the but isn't Paramount the company that's kind of looking to be bought out right now? Isn't that the one that's struggling to? Or am I thinking about another company? Isn't it Paramount that I've been hearing?
I think you're thinking of. Last time I remember, I think Peacock and Apple were working on something. So I'm not sure about Paramount because Paramount has CBS backing. I think they're okay. So.
Well, I mean, with this refocusing like that's the question. Do they have their back now? I mean, do they?
Right. No, you're asking the right questions.
Yeah.
And I think maybe reading the tea leaves here, maybe there is something happening right now. So.
Yeah. Who knows? But yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was Paramount because with Sonic and everything coming out, I was hearing that they were a company that was looking to possibly be bought out, or people were looking to, that was what I thought was gonna.
It seems very convenient.
Very convenient. Yeah.
Focus chip.
Yeah, we're looking to save $1 billion. The Austin Powers conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
But guys, let us know what you guys think. Is it due to the childhood? Anyway, all right. Real fast before we go, let's move on to one of the last topics of the you got me. I'm glad you got me to, or you reminded me about the spider. It was called The Spider Within, the short film that was just released by Sony. I believe it was on YouTube. It was a short with the character Miles Morales. You saw it. I just saw it. What is your overall thoughts of The Spider Within? I don't have a graphic for it, but we're just gonna have to be full mass and just show our thoughts on that short.
Oh man, well, I mean, if it's not blatantly apparent with the shirt, and I got the poster over here,
right?
Huge fan of
Into
the Spider-Verse, across the Spider-Verse franchise. Shameik Moore, Brian Henry Tyler. Wait, is that the other way around? Brian Tyler Henry.
Now you got me confused. Brian Tyler Henry.
I know. I've been saying it wrong right now, but I love the franchise. I love the animation. I love everything they've done with it. And what's really cool about this short, because initially, when I watched it, it felt like a tease. I was like, I want more. I want more new Miles content. But just taking it for what it is, it's an excellent short. It tells what the story needs to tell within 5 minutes. And it was a platform for, I think it was called Lens. Mm-hmm. And it was like empowering like a woman POC. And it was really cool because I watched a brief documentary after the short. It's actually on YouTube as well. And it explains the process behind this film. And it's really, really cool. Just giving people a chance, giving the visual effects supervisor, I think her name was Clara Chan, I believe. She was saying how there is no women visual effects supervisors.
That's interesting that you bring up Madam Web, because it's like, I assume like a short like this usually comes out around the time when a movie is a new installment is about to come out. But for them to release it just out of the blue, like out of nowhere like this, it's probably due to the whole let's just wash away that Madam Web. I don't like the flavor. It's not giving a good time. It's not, and let's sprinkle some more Spider-Man, some more Miles Morales into the conversation. I don't think that. I thought the short was good. It had a good message behind it. Anxiety, especially at that age as a teenager. Young it was with all that a Spider-Man has to deal with. Man, you can't even be safe in your own home without your dad dressed up like Jason Voorhees sneaking up on you. Spider sense be damned. But it gave a good message. Like it made me think about like my son. Like I would hope that just like in this short, like he would be willing to and able to and feel open to just say, "Hey, Dad, can I talk to you?" And I love that moment. He's like, "Yeah, son, what's up?" I loved it. It's a good message. It talks a lot about what a lot of teenage boys and girls are going through, and what they struggle with alone. Sometimes alone. They don't be a menace while drinking your juice in the hood. I was like, you know what? Yeah, this is Spider-Man, man. This is Miles Morales. I gotta support the short. Gotta support the short. So I had a blast with it. This creeped me out. Remember this image right here? Would you call this a daydream, a night? What did they?
And that's good. So I love that visual.
That's exactly what I thought this was. I was like, this is a paralysis demon. I was like, wow, this has got a lot of messages in this short that's hitting on a lot of anxiety, like that sleep deprivity, things like that. I mean, like I said, I don't think any of us knows how it feels to be a radioactive spider superhero,
Right.
but the pressures.
I think that's what's fun about the story as well. It's like, normally superhero stories are uplifting and hopeful and inspiring, but I liked kind of tapping into like that, like the real fear here. Like, it must be terrifying to know that you're a superhero and you have all this pressure and people trying to kill you almost every day. And you're always putting your life on the line. So I liked playing with that intense fear, especially when you get to that subway part where it's like the spider manifests itself and he's just freaking out because it's like he's supposed to be the unstoppable Spider-Man, but Spider-Man can be scared, and I kind of like playing with that. So
yeah, and that's always been the theme about the reason why Spider-Man has been so relatable, because it was a comic book where instead of like this made-up city, metropolis, Gotham, like he's a kid from New York. He's dealing with anxieties and pressures. He's got to get. He's trying to be a superhero, but he's also got to get his homework done. He's this short captured. Besides the message from the movies, it was a message like this that was captured in this 5-minute story. It was a reminder to me that Spider-Man. The special thing about Spider-Man is the fact that he is, even though he's got the strength of a god. He's good distraction from Madam Web.
Absolutely. And really quick, let me go back to what I was saying about Lens. I actually pulled it up. So Sony Pictures program, it's called Lens. It stands for Leading Empowering New Storytellers. It's a 9-month leadership training program, and it provides candidates from underrepresented groups with an opportunity to gain leadership experience in animation. So the director, Gerald Dampierre, and the writer, Kayla Amazon, they're both Black. The visual effects director was Clara Chan, and then Joe Darko served as the overall animation supervisor, and they're all POC. And it's really cool. Like I said, they were given this opportunity to showcase their skills, and this short, in my opinion, it fits right in with Into the Spider-Verse and Across the Spider-Verse. They handle themselves well, and it's really cool. If you get a chance, Chris, check out. It's on YouTube. You can see the behind the scenes of this, and you can see like their stories and how how they approached making this film and how they got the opportunity from Sony. So it's pretty cool.
That reminds me of also what happened in the movie, the Lego scene that happened in the movie. Didn't they give the young like a 9-year-old, 10-year-old boy who was a YouTuber gave him a chance to actually produce a scene for the actual movie, right?
Yeah, that's awesome. I didn't know that, actually. That's really cool.
Yeah, that Lego scene.
So that segment was directed by a YouTuber?
Yeah, that Into the Spider-Verse, that where Spider-Man was Lego Spider-Man. That was a young YouTuber. I believe he's like preteen, like 9, 10, 11, something like that. And the director saw his work online and reached out to him and because it wasn't originally supposed to be in the movie, and they rushed it and he got that scene done. 100%.
That's awesome.
Done by himself. He was able to put it together and submit it for the film, and it was edited in perfect time. And the fact that they were Spider-Man 2099 was like you're one of my best. Like
yes, I was gonna bring that up.
I thought that was awesome. So yeah. So that's why I'm not surprised what you were saying about giving youth a chance, because they were doing that throughout the film. So yeah, I'll look that up. Yeah, and look into that kid. That's some outstanding work. And some other spider related news real fast. This came in from Marvelmovies on Instagram. Spider-Man 4 will reportedly, this is rumor stuff right here. There's a rumor, and Spider-Man 4 will reportedly be about Peter Parker losing his identity as a superhero persona, as his superhero persona takes over. Peter Parker is no more, but Spider-Man lives on since he has either lost or detached himself from everyone he's ever loved. All he has to keep himself going is Spider-Man, whether the city loves him or not. I mean, that's I wouldn't really call that much of a rumor. I mean, if you saw what happened in Far From Home, they only plot the next movie can be the fact that people are more familiar with Spider-Man because Peter Parker is no more. What I'm concerned about with this is how did he get that apartment? Did Peter Parker's social security number disappear? Where's his driver's license? What's going on? It's like, if Peter Parker, a registered person in the state of America, the state, what are your theories on all that stuff real fast? Am I overthinking it?
No, hey, you know what? I mean, I'll be honest. That thought never crossed my mind. But you were asking the right questions. Like
Doctor Strange magically erases his social security number. He can't get a job.
Well, imagine, right? So let's just say hypothetically he creates an alias or whatever. But it's like, okay, who is his apartment under? And does he have a credit history? Does he have?
You know that that May had a nephew. Like, that's what I was confused. Like, does he not know of a Peter Parker at all, or just that Peter Parker is Spider-Man? That's what I was confused about. So
yeah, and I think to your point, see, that's so weird, right? Because it's weird seeing like Ned and MJ not know who he is either, like just Peter.
Like, yeah, what's this? I wonder if it was, oh, hey, you're May's nephew, right? That's why you're standing at this grave, right? Yeah. Right. Or was it, who is this random kid standing at my girlfriend's grave? Like, what was the same?
Right. No, and to be fair, I mean, I'm glad they didn't linger on stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because again, you think about too much into stuff, and then it's kind of ruins the experience. But no, you're asking the right questions, man. I mean, yeah, it's like, does Peter Parker exist? Yeah, I think that's a good question.
I hope he does, but. That was all. I think real fast. I think there was one last thing was there anything else that we wanted to discuss?
I think that was it.
That was it.
I think that was it.
Yeah, let's get this day done, guys. That's the show, guys. Thank you for everybody in the chat that lend their voice as always, guys. Always showing support to the channel. I appreciate you guys for liking the videos, subscribing, sharing your thoughts. As always, it's awesome. I want to thank tonight's co-host. Like I said to you on text, I said, this is my show, but this was your episode. Loretta, remind people where they can find you online.
Friendly reminder, you can follow me on Twitter. It's available for streaming right now. So check out my non-spoiler review of Lisa Frankenstein, cinemaspot.com. And you can catch me on the Geekly Goods Live channel. I co-host the Geekly Goods Roundup with my boy Leo at Geekly Goods Live.
How good? How? Yes.
She's got some star potential as a director, and I can't wait to see what she does next.
Outstanding, yeah. I was about to stop you. It's like, don't give them too much of the review. They have to go watch that and read that review, man. Let them read that review. Guys, go check out all that. And like I said, as always, thank you guys for helping us out here on tonight's show. See you. Hopefully, I might do a show tomorrow. So if we have time to it, I'll see you guys tomorrow. And until next time, guys, you can reach out to me on all my socials, Chris W. Fagan, or here at T3 Media Studios, like I always say. And have a good one, guys. See you hopefully tomorrow. Peace.
Remember to like this video, become a subscriber, and share. This really does help us out. If you would like to watch more from us from T3 Media Studios, click here or here. Thanks for watching. Stop being NC-17.